When you think back to your time as a Kansas State junior, just kind of figuring out what coaching was like in that moment, is there anything that really kind of particularly sticks out to you in terms of what you learned that kind of still translates to the here and now and has an imprint here?
Yeah. Number one thing was for me was the work ethic that it takes to be successful. I watched Bill Snyder coach coaches and develop his coaches. So just as a young student assistant, being allowed to sit in the staff meeting was incredibly instrumental for me. But I felt like as a player, I knew the different personalities of the coaches. But when you get into a staff meeting, there's a whole different personality of everybody. And then I watched him go around the room and hold everybody accountable every day, not in a bad way, just in a very business-like way. And through, several years of lots of staff meetings, watching him develop coaches, okay, he keeps giving this guy all this stuff to do. Like he gave Mark Mangino more things to do than anybody. So I immediately knew that he trusted him, that he gave a lot to a guy that he felt had broad shoulders that could handle a lot. Or if this guy wasn't a dynamic recruiter, he was gonna be very thorough as a recruiter. Or if this guy was not a great disciplinarian, then he coached him and his players every day and held them accountable. So really did a great job of developing coaches. For me as a young coach, he created belief in me, made me feel valued. When I would have a suggestion or a question or an observation, and he always listened to me, even though he created an environment where I felt welcome to have input. He said, any questions or any thoughts? I raised my hand up. Yeah, I got one over here. I'm sure the older coaches were perturbed, but I wanted to learn. But he always made me feel valued. He acted like he wrote everything down. So I was like, okay. So I learned that, though, people want to feel valued. You want to feel valued, like what you do, what you say, what you think matters. And so he really helped me from a confidence standpoint and as a coach in those moments. I mean, I got a gazillion things, but those are things that really stand out. And then he had a very consistent message through all the years and that he coached there. Talked about uncommon effort, as again a foundational piece of the program, and certainly that's a strong foundation piece of their success. But he didn't have to change the message if the message was good. Is my point. And so just incredibly consistent, structured, detailed, organized, very thorough, and always looked for ways to be better. And he suggested to us multiple times a week, if you're ever looking for work, come see me. I've got plenty of things for you to do. So just the mindset, there's always something to do. So we had the TVs with the VCR, and I was a punt team coordinator, so I would always look for opportunities for fakes and things like that in the wee hours of the night. But he just, he's like videotape. There's so much DNA on the videotape if you're willing to look for it, study it. And so he would, if it's that offensive guard stance, where his hands are placed, his feet, his stripe on his helmet, if it's slightly turned, things like that could be a tip. He's like that one small thing can make the difference in winning and losing. And so, as a young coach trying to help be a part of building, the program, you really felt like there's opportunities that you could, it's like digging for gold, right? Or what are those people called that go look for gold? Prospector, and you always like, what could you find this week to help us win? Really, like, religiously believed in that there's it could be the smallest thing to make a difference in a game, and it still does to this day.
For more information, you can visit TulsaWorld.com.